That's natural. Those are not poppers.
All right, say bye to the moms.
Bye, Mom.
Love you. Love you.
I love you.
Right.
Love you, George.
Hi, bro.
Love you guys. Princess is coming.
Love you.
Oh, I love you. Love you.
Love you.
Hey,
All right.
Dave.
Hi, friend.
She does.
All right. All right.
Hi, Fran.
Okay, we haven't even done it yet. What a welcome. Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Good afternoon. We've gathered at Little Road Estate for the big wedding because Scott and George know that the best things come with a little irony, a lot of love, and a big ass celebration. Today is officially the big celebration, and let's be honest, when you've got Scott and George, big doesn't just mean the guest list. It means big laughs, big love, and big style. And this wedding is going to be one for the books. Being here today is a reminder that love is a true work of art. But when two fabulous men are involved, you can bet it comes with perfect color coordination, expert lighting, gorgeous weather, and an unforgettable soundtrack. Last night, in true historic style, Scott and George made their grand entrance at Little Road Estate, just as George Washington once did, right here at the Washington Crossing. And for those of you who might not know this, our very own George was named after George Washington himself. And clearly, he's taking his legacy seriously, from crossing the Delaware to crossing into marriage with Scott. Today is your day. And how gorgeous is this weather that was perfectly curated for both of you. Scott and George want to warmly welcome everyone, and they could not be more grateful, especially those who traveled from Philippines to Florida, from Los Angeles to London, and everywhere in between. Literally, all the corners of the earth have come together to celebrate. We also want to take a moment to honor those whose love and support have been part of Scott and George's journey. We're especially grateful to have both of their wonderful mothers here with us, as well as Scott's father and stepmother, Sherry, each of whom have played an extraordinary role in shaping the men we all love. And while George's stepfather couldn't be here with us, his memory and love fill this day and surround us all. I'd like to share a poem that I feel describes the unequaled pairing of Scott and George. It's called The Quilt of Love. Two threads, one unique and bold, woven side by side, manifold, soft as whispers, strong as steel. In tandem, you make love feel real. A patchwork piece of gentle grace, stitched together, place by place. Each flow, each seam, you both embrace, a timeless quilt no hand can trace. Scott and George's story begins with a digital spark on a Saturday morning, an early Saturday morning in November 2016. It's a modern love story that started on Grindr. Now, I'm supposed to make the sound, but I haven't been on Grindr. Thank you. I appreciate that. Excellent. Where Scott saw a steadfast integrity in George from the get-go. How is that possible on Grindr? Unclear, but Scott knew George was the one the day they went to Hong Kong Disneyland. Scott shared that he was gently obsessed with Disney, and he had never been to Hong Kong Disneyland. Scott cried upon arriving. Something that I understand, as I do as well. But demanded George that they were going to do the entire Disney thing. He told him to wear his walking shoes. They were going to go on every ride, do the parade, the fireworks, the entire thing. George had been to Disney before, but not with Scott. And let's just say it's a little different. Scott thought, if this guy can handle me at Disney, he can handle me for life. For George, it was a collection of things. He thought Scott was a little effing crazy. They flew around the planet to look at apartments and then went to Cartagena for New Year's Eve. Scott was mirroring crazy travel behavior, and George was a little worried. And then they went to see George's mom the day after. At this point, George was homeless. He had one suitcase, and they visited his mom. Scott was just hanging out with her, and George's mom, in between all of this, was praying to the Virgin Mary that George would not move to Hong Kong. And she finally realized he wasn't, and she turned to Scott and said, "What did you do to make him stay in New York?" And we all know how the love story unfolds from there. Their engagement story is an adventure in itself, set against the stunning backdrop of South Africa's game reserve. Picture this: a sunset safari, warthogs roaming, and Scott acting a little peculiar. Let's face it, Scott was recreating The Lion King. For real. George thought it was indeed a royal moment when Scott proposed, making their commitment as majestic as the African savanna. The moment was a testament to their love, which thrives on shared experiences rather than lavish gifts. Scott and George are the epitome of a couple whose love language is creating memories together, whether it's traveling to far-off lands or simply ensuring there's always a plan on the calendar. They have found a unique intersection of differences where their magic happens. Scott describes himself as a canvas, George as a spreadsheet. But together they create a masterpiece. Yin and yang, balancing and bettering each other with trust, stability, and open communication. Whether surviving the chaos of 2016, enduring COVID in New York, or making the leap from a tiny apartment to this beautiful estate, their resilience is unwavering. As they embark on this new chapter, Scott and George aspire to live a life filled with integrity, love, relentless commitment to adventures. They dream of a future where this story just keeps unfolding and gets better and better, with all of you playing critical roles in the story of Scott and George. I did have the privilege of speaking to some of their family and friends, and I wanted to share a few thoughts. Scott's father, Stan, said from the moment he met George, he knew he was special. He loved him at hello. George asked Scott's dad a lot of questions, trying to understand the hereditary clues of what Scott might become. As Stan said, Scott, your happiness and your health have blossomed since you've met George, and it's clear you are ready to take this next step in life together. Scott's mom, Donna, shared that whenever she saw you, Scott, she saw George, and you were a twosome from the beginning. She called you equally in love. Scott, your life has been a testament to determination and joy. From your early obsession with Disney when you wore a goofy hat with floppy ears and followed your dad all around with a toy lawnmower. Notably, this was the last time he ever followed in anyone's footsteps. You have always been fearless, positive, and driven. You collect friends. You are never bored. You are eternally grateful. And you've carved your own path. And today we celebrate the beginning of a new chapter. And George, your mom, Cecilia, she described you as always being wonderful, kind, and hardworking. From your early days supported by a loving family in the Philippines to your successful career and your strong work ethic, you've always shown you have been a beacon of support and love for those around you. Your ability to nurture and care for those you love, especially Scott, is truly remarkable. You are picky, she said. Very, but you picked your perfect match. I should add that when she met Scott, and he was always traveling, she thought, does he actually work? I have an update on that. I can vouch that at the time he was working. Now, not so much. The stories from friends and family paint a vivid picture of your relationship. You both bring joy, welcome, and amazing experiences. And your ability to make people feel at home is unparalleled. George, your meticulous care and attention to detail, whether it's adjusting the Wi-Fi, setting up Spotify family accounts, or cooking a pork butt at 1 a.m., your autopilot is a nurturer. Together, you complement each other perfectly. Scott, you have an ability to hyper-focus and make others feel really special. George, you have a nurturing nature and obsession with perfection. You both create a dynamic that is delightful and inspiring. George, you do your best when you have something to obsess over. Little Road Estate is a 30-year agreement with a bank to do just that. Scott, you know how to give George the house show. George keeps it all together, but you give the house show pomp and circumstance. You bring in the marching band, literally, fireworks, horses, and flawlessly both make people feel so welcome. You both make each other better. You are living life. You are creating experiences and memories for all of us around you. Now, there will be moments that will be challenging. One of your friends said, you might want to smother each other with a pillow. I will just add, hopefully it's lavender scented. It'll be okay. Life's meant to be a roller coaster. It means it's real. And if one of you is getting to the other, just say, Siri, play a new track. Laugh a lot, love you more. You've got this. And remember, marriage is a decision you make every day. Scott and George, the love you share is evident in every story, every laugh, and every moment. As you about to exchange your vows, remember that marriage is a journey, not a destination. It's about growing together and supporting each other and creating a life filled with love, respect, and joy. Scott and George have written their vows, and I'm warning you, you will melt when you hear them. So first, I'm going to ask Scott to present his vows to George.
George, from the moment you walked into my life, I knew I was at the beginning of something extraordinary. Our first meeting replays like the... Sorry, hello?
He does have one here. It's okay. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not mine.
It's on brand. Can you all hear me? George, from the moment you walked into my life, I knew I was at the beginning of something extraordinary. Our first meeting replays like the opening scene of my favorite movie in my mind, and one that I never want to stop watching. There was an immediate spark and a feeling that had just begun, but never in my wildest imagination could I have dreamed that we would end up here in this beautiful moment. With you, I am free. Free to be my truest self. No masks, no pretending, I'm just me. In that freedom, I've discovered a love so real and transformative that it is unlike anything I've ever known. You have helped me become a better version of myself. And together, there is no obstacle too big, no challenge too great, because I know we will face it hand in hand. With you, I believe that we can create more than I ever thought possible. Every day, you teach me what it really means to love deeply. Because of you, I am healing aspects of myself I did not even know needed healing. In the moments when you push me, and it feels difficult, I remember that this discomfort is part of our growth, part of our evolution, and that feeling makes me love you even more. In you, I have found my home, my family, and my future. You're my everything. I vow to respect you, to laugh with you, to always find a reason to smile, even when life throws us the hardest of punches. I promise to never take for granted the simple joy of having you by my side, and to always return to you with an open heart, ready to make things right, ready to let our love grow even stronger. Your intelligence, your integrity, the way you care so intensely for others, these are the things that leave me in awe every single day. You have taught me what it really means to love and to be loved. I've never felt so seen, accepted, and connected to another soul. I promise to always honor that connection, and when we face challenges, I will be there to strengthen what we have built. Whether we are navigating the streets of New York City, stamping our passports, or right here at Little Road Estate, I'm thrilled to continue on this ride of a lifetime with you. I'm grateful for the daily destination with you by my side. I vow to build a better life than either one of us could ever imagine. Wherever the road may lead, be it plants, pets, or even children, I will be right there with you, caring for them and building together, one step at a time. You are my best friend, my partner, the person who has shown me a love so deep, unconditional, unbiased, and resounding that it has changed me forever. With you, I feel safe. I love you, George. Today, I promise to always cherish what we have created, to face life's challenges, and to continue building this incredible life that we have started. We could do more together than we ever could do apart, and I'm honored to keep walking this path with you. I'm excited to continue this journey with you by my side because you make me think critically and see around corners. You keep my feet firmly planted on the ground. We truly are different, which is why we work. I would not want another me, and Lord knows we don't need two of them. I make this promise to our family and to our friends. To love them as my own, to support and celebrate your connections with others, and to love, protect, and honor you for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health. To love and to cherish until our time on earth is done. Buckle up, honey. And keep your hands and arms inside this vehicle as we keep hurling through life. It's an honor of a lifetime to have you by my side.
Hi. Scott. Today, I stand before you, surrounded by our loved ones, with a heart full of gratitude. As I look into the eyes of the person who has brought so much joy and meaning into my life, it is not lost on me that so many stars needed to line up for me to be here with you in this spot. Through all of your worldly travels and countless meetings, here we are. Somehow, the universe conspired from my college dates at Spitzer's in 2002 to meeting you 8 years ago on a Saturday morning in Chelsea that was just as beautiful as today. I brushed it off because I was moving to Hong Kong. Who knew sending you flowers to your office and the gentle nudge from Carolyn, you would fly out to Hong Kong for 72 hours. I clearly remember saying to myself, this guy is absolutely nuts. But this could be a lot of fun. Scott, you are a true life liver, a rare soul who creates joy and adventure at every turn. You fill my life with boundless imagination and creativity, that infectious, larger-than-life energy, and those lightning-fast, sassy comebacks that keep everyone, not just me, on their toes. But what I cherish most is how you make every experience unforgettable, big or small. George Washington's epaulets, 2 horses, a dramatic gazebo backdrop. Somehow, only you could make our backyard wedding feel like a magical production. There is always something fun planned. Our calendar is full of remarkable experiences. Vegas for the weekend, Madonna tonight, Odessa 3 nights in a row. Who does that? When I walk into a room, you have this innate ability to sense my needs, and simply being in your presence helps calm my anxieties. Thanks, Mom. With you, I am free to be fully myself. I am safe, secure, and supported. You see the potential in me, even when I struggle to see it in myself. Your unwavering belief in me has given me the courage to chase my dreams and reach for the stars. With you by my side, I know that no matter what challenges we may face, we will face them together. Scott, you challenge me to embrace the present moment and find joy in even the simplest of things. You've taught me the importance of being patient, especially when things don't go as planned. Together, we have learned that life doesn't always need to be perfectly organized. It's okay to be messy, as long as we're not late. You've shown me that it's the moments we share and the memories we create that truly matter, not the possessions we accumulate along the way. As we embark on this incredible journey together, I make these promises to you. To always be present and not take our time together for granted. To support your wild imagination. I believe wholeheartedly there is no dream too big for us to achieve. I am your biggest cheerleader, your unwavering support, and your partner in crime. Together, we will continue to build a life filled with adventure, laughter, and endless possibilities. To always make you feel safe and protected. To love you with a depth and intensity in ways I never knew I was capable of. to overanalyze data, to make any pivot table you didn't know you needed. And yes, I promise to have your technology working at all times. And I promise I will regret this promise when the Wi-Fi and Sonos go down. Scott, I am beyond excited to grow alongside you in the years to come. I'm in awe of the life we have already created. And I know that it will only get better with you by my side. To your family and friends, I make these promises to you. To always support Scott. To believe in his wild ideas. To be the rock that he can always lean on in any storm. To be the husband Scott deserves now and in the years to come. I am grateful for the love and acceptance that you have shown me. I promise always to honor and respect the bond you share with Scott. Scott, today I stand before you and our loved ones, ready to embark on this incredible adventure called marriage. I am forever grateful that our paths crossed. I'm filled with excitement and anticipation for the future we will build together. With you, my love, I know that the best is yet to come. And I can't wait to continue this journey with you by my side. Here's to forever, my love, and to all the moments, big and small, we've yet to live together.
You each have been wearing rings to symbolize your commitment to each other. Today, I'm going to ask you to replace those rings on your hands as a symbol in front of your closest friends and family of your unending love and commitment to each other. As you place them on each other's fingers, know that they represent a promise to cherish, support, and love each other for all the days of your lives. Scott, I'm going to ask you to place this on George's finger and repeat after me. With my whole heart, I take you as my partner,
With my whole heart, I take you as my partner,
acknowledging your strengths and accepting your faults
acknowledging your strengths and accepting your faults,
as you do mine.
as you do mine.
I will be yours in plenty and in want,
I will be yours in plenty and in want,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
in joy and in sorrow,
in joy and in sorrow,
in failure and in triumph.
in failure and in triumph.
I promise to be faithful and supportive
I promise to be faithful and supportive,
and to make our love and happiness a priority.
and to make our love and happiness a priority.
You are my person, my love, and my life, today and always.
You are my person, my love, and my life, today and always.
Do you, Scott, take George to be your lawfully wedded husband, your constant friend and partner in all the adventures that life has in store for you?
I do.
Okay, George, please take this ring. You can put that on. Yes. We're getting close. Okay, George, I'm going to ask you to put that ring on Scott's finger and repeat after me. With my whole heart, I take you as my partner,
With my whole heart, I take you as my partner,
acknowledging your strengths and accepting your faults
acknowledging your strengths and accepting your faults,
as you do mine.
as you do mine.
I will be yours in plenty and in want,
I will be yours in plenty and in want,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
in joy and in sorrow,
in joy and in sorrow,
in failure and in triumph.
in failure and in triumph.
I promise to be faithful and supportive
I promise to be faithful and supportive,
and to make our love and happiness a priority.
and to make our love and
Yes.
happiness our priority.
You are my person,
You are my person,
my love and my life,
my love and my life,
today and always.
today and always.
Do you, George, take Scott to be your lawfully wedded husband, your constant friend and partner in all the adventures that life has in store for you?
I do.
Scott and George have declared. Scott and Reed, oh my goodness. Get the right name, Carolyn. Scott and George have declared their intent of commitment to one another, as witnessed by all of us. But we, their community of friends and family, are invited parties to this commitment, and thus have a responsibility to both of you. And so I ask all of you, do you who are present here today vow to surround Scott and George in love, to contribute to this new community, and to support them in their marriage?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Stay hand in hand as you face the unknown, a journey together, no longer alone. You'll build a world with love as thread, stitching dreams where you both are led. Through laughter, through tears, side by side you stand, woven together by heart and hand. In this quilt of love, you'll always find a place of peace, two souls entwined. To borrow some wisdom from Britney Spears, it's time to keep on dancing until the world ends. And we cannot leave out Madonna, who said, "Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone, except today, Scott and George, you are standing together forever. You have declared your love and commitment to each other in front of family and friends." And let me step aside, because this is the moment. You have declared your love and commitment to each other in front of everyone you love. And by the power vested in me, I now pronounce you a beautifully married couple, and you may kiss.
Love you.
It is my great honor to present to all of you for the first time as a married couple, the exceptional, extraordinary Scott and George. Let's celebrate.
Woo! Thank you.